If you're wondering which FPS gaming mice are worth your money, stick around! After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. Razer Naga Vive II Pro. Look, I get it. Having 20 programmable buttons sounds amazing, but this chunky 134-gram beast feels like carrying a brick compared to other first-person shooter mice. Though I have to admit, the sensor accuracy and click latency are absolutely fantastic for gaming. The swappable side plates are cool and all, but let's be real. You're not going to be switching between 2, 6, and 12 buttons mid-game unless you're some kind of wizard, and that $180 price tag is making my wallet cry. Would I buy it? No, too heavy for first-person shooters, and I'm not made of money. Endgame Gear XM2 Wii. This 63-gram featherweight with its PixArt paw 3370 sensor is basically perfection for first-person shooters, and the smooth gliding feels like butter on pretty much any surface. The battery reporting is completely messed up though. It'll show 100% after hours of use, which is straight up lying to my face, but at least the clicks are crisp and satisfying with those Kyle Go optical switches. Would I buy it? Yes, it's basically everything you need in a first-person shooter mouse without the nonsense. SteelSeries Airox 5 wireless. The 74-gram weight and smooth gliding are impressive, but damn, that honeycomb design makes it look like it got attacked by a cheese grater. The battery life is a joke. They promise 180 hours, but you'll be lucky to get 12 hours at 1000 Hz polling rate with RGB enabled, and you better keep that charging cable handy. Would I buy it? Maybe, if you can get past the Swiss cheese aesthetics and don't mind charging it daily. Glorious Model 02 Pro 8K. This 60-gram ultralight mouse talks a big game with its 8000 Hz polling rate, but let's be honest, you're never actually going to hit that in wireless mode. And the difference between 2000 and 4000 Hz is basically non-existent. The sensor performance is solid though, and the build quality is surprisingly good with no rattling or creaking, even if the main buttons feel a bit hollow. Would I buy it? No, save your money and get the regular version. The 4000 8000 Hz feature is basically a marketing gimmick. Extrafy M64 Pro, the 55-gram lightweight champion that somehow manages to be solid as a rock with no holes in sight, and it's got that sweet 8000 Hz polling rate for the competitive sweats out there. The charging port is placed in the most awkward spot possible, like they let an intern design it, and there's zero software customization because apparently we're living in 2010. Would I buy it? Maybe if you're into plug-and-play simplicity and don't mind paying premium price for fewer features. BenQi You2. This 60-gram beauty comes with a charging dock that actually makes sense, and the build quality is absolutely fantastic. It's like they forged it from vibranium or something. The coating is a fingerprint magnet that'll make your mouse look like it's been through a crime scene investigation, and they decided to stick with 1000 Hz polling rate because apparently that's still cool. Would I buy it? Yes, the shape is unique and actually works great for claw grip, plus that build quality is just chef's kiss asterisk. Extrafy MZ1. This thing has the most bizarre shape I've ever seen, like it was designed by an alien trying to understand human hands, but somehow it actually works amazingly well for fingertip grip. The build quality is top-notch with crispy kale switches, but those deep grooves make it about as safe as skydiving without a parachute. You'll either love it or hate it. Would I buy it? No, unless you're specifically into fingertip grip and enjoy living dangerously with experimental shapes. Lamzo Thorn. This ergo mouse has a high back hump that'll fill your palm like a warm hug, and the sensor performance is absolutely flawless with that sweet paw 3395. The sidewalls have some flex if you're the Hulk, but for normal humans, this thing is built like a tank and performs like a dream. Would I buy it? Yes, it's one of the best ergonomic mice out there right now, especially if you're into claw grip and don't mind spending a bit extra. Razer Viper VI3 Pro. Look at this bad boy with its 54-gram weight and 8000 Hz wireless polling rate. It's like they strapped a rocket to a feather. The clicks are super crisp and spammable, though that high-pitched noise from the buttons might annoy your teammates more than your aim. The battery life takes a hit at higher polling rates, giving you only 17 hours at 8000 Hz, but damn, those 17 hours will be smooth as butter. Would I buy it? Yes, it's expensive as hell, but it's literally the new benchmark for gaming mice. Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. This 60-gram wireless beast comes with hybrid optical mechanical switches that feel like clicking a premium mechanical keyboard, but they're so damn heavy, you might develop finger muscles you didn't know existed. The battery life is impressive at 95 hours, but crank up that polling rate to 2000 Hz and watch it drop to 51 hours. Still better than the Viper though. The mouse feet are absolutely terrible out of the box, making it sound like you're dragging sandpaper across your desk. Would I buy it? Maybe. If you're coming from the original Superlight, stick with what you've got. SteelSeries Airox 3. This 68-gram honeycomb mouse is basically wearing fishnet stockings, but at least it's got IP54 water resistance, so you won't kill it with your sweaty gamer hands. The sensor performance is smooth as silk, and the virgin grade PTFE glide skates make it slide around like it's on ice. The side buttons feel awkward to use, and that honeycomb design is basically a dust magnet. Would I buy it? Yes, it's a fantastic option for first-person shooter fans and stays cool during those marathon gaming sessions. BenQ EC3CW. This 76-gram wireless mouse is like the old-school cool kid who doesn't need fancy software or RGB to prove itself. The clicks are loud enough to wake up your roommates, but the build quality is absolutely rock solid. It uses an older 3370 sensor, but who needs the latest tech when the implementation is this good? Though that 125 Hz polling rate option is straight out of 2010. Would I buy it? Yes. If you want a no-bullshit mouse that just works without downloading a single piece of bloatware, Endgame Gear OP 18K. This lightweight beast weighs just 50.5 grams and rocks an 8000 Hz polling rate that makes other gaming mice look like they're running in slow motion. The PixArtPaw 3395 sensor is incredibly precise, and those Kyron GX switches feel amazing. I got my best reaction times ever in testing with this bad boy. The only downside is the software looks like it was designed in Windows 95, but who needs fancy RGB anyway when you're getting headshots this fast? Would I buy it? Yes, it's basically a budget DeathAdder V3 Pro with better performance. Turtle Beach Burst 2. Air. This thing is so light at 47 grams that I had to check if they forgot to put components inside. The battery life is insane. 120 hours on Bluetooth and 40 hours on 2.4 gigahertz wireless, and those optical switches are rated for 100 million clicks, which means your grandkids will still be using this mouse. The only real bummer is it maxes out at 1000 Hz polling rate, but at least that helps preserve that crazy battery life. Would I buy it? Maybe if you want ultra lightweight wireless without breaking the bank. Glorious Model 1-2. At 75 grams, it's the chunkiest mouse in this lineup, but that extra weight gives it some nice stability for those precise shots. The build quality is surprisingly solid with no creaks or wobbles, and that BAMF 2.0 sensor with 26,000 DPI is no joke for gaming. The wireless click latency is a bit inconsistent though, so competitive players might want to look elsewhere. Would I buy it? No, there are faster, lighter options available for serious FPS gaming. Razer DeathAdder V3 Hyperspeed. Razer nailed it with this 55-gram refresh of their classic shape, and that Focus X26K sensor is practically perfect for gaming. The battery lasts 100 hours on 2.4 GHz mode, and you can upgrade to 8000 Hz polling if you're willing to shell out extra cash for their hyper-polling dongle. The only real complaint is the coating could handle sweat better, but at least it comes with decent feet out of the box. Would I buy it? Yes, it's basically the perfect balance of features and performance for the price. Pulsar X2 V2. Man, this mouse is insanely lightweight at 53 grams and has some seriously good optical switches that make it perfect for those quick flicks in first-person shooters. The build quality is rock solid with zero creaking or flex, and the sensor accuracy is absolutely bonkers. But watch out, because some users reported issues with the 4000 Hz polling rate causing stuttering in games like Valorant and Counter-Strike 2. Would I buy it? Maybe. If you can deal with potential firmware quirks, you're getting a competitive beast that rivals more expensive options from bigger brands. Kyron M3 Mini. This little monster packs a serious punch with its Pixart 3395 sensor that's usually reserved for way more expensive mice, and at 64 grams, it's still pretty damn light. The mechanical switches feel amazing for rapid firing, though the side buttons are a bit mushy, and some users reported slight flex when squeezing the sides. But honestly, who death grips their mouse anyway? Would I buy it? Yes, it's basically a budget-friendly powerhouse that performs like a premium mouse without making your wallet cry. Logitech G500 2X. This chunky boy might not be as light as the X2 V2 or M3 Mini, but damn if it isn't comfortable with that ergonomic design and those hybrid optical mechanical switches. The performance is absolutely solid for first-person shooters, but let's be real, at this weight, you're not going to be doing any crazy flicks like with the other two mice, and it's missing some premium features that should really be there for the price. Would I buy it? No. While it's a solid performer, you can get better value from the lighter, newer options we just talked about. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the FPS gaming mice for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.